Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Tom Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the best alternatives to Windscribe. Should you be using another VPN? Let's go ahead and find out. Now, guys, I'm not trying to slander or defame Windscribe or anything like that in this video. These are simply just my opinions and thoughts on the service. If you still want to keep using Windscribe because you like it as a service, that's completely fine. It's still a decent product all around. This video is just my opinion. Now, guys, if you weren't aware, around a month ago, Windscribe did have some servers seized by Ukrainian authorities. This did hit the mainstream news, and a lot of people were kind of upset with Windscribe due to this issue. Just looking at here in the news, you could see tons of articles covering it, and a lot of people were upset about this, and rightfully so. That said, since then, Windscribe has tried to go on a PR blast. Yegor has been commenting on a lot of these articles with his own ideas about what is going on, making even a post here disputing a lot of the dangers of the thing. But most recently, he has made a post on his little blog here. For some reason, I don't really know why VPNs decide to put blogs on Medium. Some of the updates regarding their security improvements, and then it goes on to pretty much talk about how every other VPN for some reason is worse than Windscribe. So they pretty much call out every single major VPN provider, saying that Windscribe is now better and more secure. It's a pretty conclusive article if you're looking to feel better about using Windscribe, I guess, which is probably the main objective of this article. That said, if you do go onto Twitter, some other people were kind of circle jerking the kind of consensus of this article, and then some other VPNs did kind of get upset about this. Even ExpressVPN is saying that the blog post that Yegor wrote is highly misleading and full of factual inaccuracies. It's regrettable that this misinformation was shared at all, and a pity to see it coming from within the industry. So it looks like some of the VPNs out there were not too happy with Windscribe calling out things that weren't true. Additionally, some other pretty well-respected VPN providers out there, like Perfect Privacy, even went so far as to make their own blog post talking about how they didn't like this blog post from Windscribe and how they didn't think it was true at all. Apparently, Perfect Privacy says they don't have the same issues because their servers run on RAM disks. Perfect Privacy is saying here that in their blog post, Windscribe took the trouble to go to the shortcomings of their competitors. We think this is a bad style from a VPN provider, which has made mistakes and tries to present itself as better, but each company has to decide that for themselves. They also go into more clarifications about how they are still secure. Overall, it does seem to be a quite disputed fact. Windscribe is saying, they're now more secure than all the other competitors, when their competitors are saying actually that they're doing different things to ensure security. So overall, which VPNs do I recommend using? What are my favorite VPNs to use as an alternative if you don't like Windscribe anymore? Now, actually, guys, I did just make a video about the best alternatives to ExpressVPN because they did get bought out by Cape, and which a lot of people don't like that company because it kind of has a questionable past based in adware and some of those things. So if we take a look at that video, we can also see my top recommendations there, and we're going to be using the same recommendations for alternatives to Windscribe. Both TorGuard and WeVPN are my top recommended VPNs on the channel. Both of them have amazing streaming compatibility and very good pros and cons to each one. I made this little kind of description here that we could take a look at too. So both TorGuard and WeVPN are great options. Both have their pros, like I said here. TorGuard is probably my recommended one to go to if you don't need streaming because it's pretty much cheaper than any other VPN out there with insane speeds, and then has 100% clean pass on the privacy audit too. WeVPN is a little bit better for streaming because it's included. It's a little buggy sometimes, and it does need some work in removing some of the Google Analytics and stuff like that, but still, it's very polished, easy to use, great updates coming out all the time. Definitely a solid option if you want streaming built in. You could get 10% off WeVPN with code TomSpark and 10% or 50% off TorGuard with code TomSpark, which is an amazing deal if you don't need streaming. Anyways, those are my top recommended options as alternatives to Windscribe if you don't feel comfortable using it after all this drama going on. If you still use it, that's fine, and it's still a decent VPN all around. Anyways, guys, see you in the next video very soon.